been so far. You are in Reno, baby. You are not somewhere else. And so I hope that you have enjoyed yourself. But let me tell you, I'm going to talk about the importance of what you do, why you do it, and what you should accomplish while you're in this great state. And first of all, can we give Senior Enlisted Leader Cameron Peters Jr. III to the floor of power? Big hand for introducing me. And to this awesome leadership team that's up there. It's a price to be paid for sitting these seats up here. And I just want to say thank you for your service. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for what you do to our enlisted. Thank you for serving this great nation. Thank you for your selfless service. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you for your drive. Thank you for your hunger. Thank you for your passion. Y'all supposed to be clapping now. Thank you for what you do. I was like, I'm running out of words and they ain't even saying nothing there. But I just want to say this, is I see each and every one of you out there. And I do not take lightly that you taking time out of your busy schedules just to give me a few minutes to speak. So I have some remarks here. I probably won't follow not one of them because I'm not good at that. But I will say this. In this day and time, with all that's going on in this world right now, with all the challenges and flaws that we see around the world, with all the hiccups and the barriers and the things that get in the way, with everything that we get a chance to deal with, wars overseas, deployments, temple, all that, remember one thing. This is still the greatest country in the world. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. You got to keep that in mind. You got to keep that in mind. So having said that, the National Guard is America's living promise to its citizens who stand ready at a moment's notice to defend our nation, protect our communities, and lead with honor. We are the bridge between Main Street and the battlefield. And today that bridge is more vital than ever. If I have not seen you and said this to you, good afternoon, EANGUS of the National Guard. Thank you for what you do. I'm ready to go. I stand before you as a Major General, but I'll say this. As someone who began my journey exactly where some of you are as enlisted, and I don't care what anybody tells you. I don't care what they write in the bathroom walls. I don't care what you've heard. And and for somebody who most of their career was an officer, we can't get it done without the enlisted instructor because of who we are as a National Guard, as a military, as an Army, as an Air Force. I hope I don't get fired for that. Okay? You might want to take it, because I'm probably going to do it again. But I do understand what it's like to wear the stripes and to work through long nights. Oh, man. They told me when you retired, you kind of regress, so I get it now. But the difference between where I was now and where I am today, it's really a mindset. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I committed very early on in my career to developing myself as a leader. And no matter what my rank, my mindset, it did not change the trajectory of my life in terms of where I'm going. And I'm talking to everybody in here because if you are at a point in your life where you count days to retirement, where you're looking at opportunities to move on, you're looking at second and third careers, let me tell you, you have missed it. Where you are, the place you are, is where you develop yourself. So when Chief Peters was talking about this organization I work for, Liberty Dogs, and if you look up the Dave Duffield Foundation, they're the organization, the foundation that thought enough of our veterans. They said, we're going to build a state-of-the-art campus. This is not even open yet. When it's done, it's going to be almost $500 million. And it's 10 buildings, 27 acres. No matter where you are in the nation or in the world, if you qualify for our program, we fly you out for 2 weeks. We pay for everything. We give you a service dog. We provide mental health, mental wellness, resilience training. We provide personal growth and development training. When you walk out of there, your mindset, heart set, skill set, and tool set will be better. After you have trained for 2 weeks, we fly you and your dog back. Then we pay for the veterinarian care of the dog and the dog food for the life of the dog. I have not seen this kind of philanthropy in my life. In my life. So it took a lot for me to come out of retirement to do that. In the back of the room, Chief Peters he's got some swag. He ain't got a lot. He's got some swag and he's got some flyers. Please get that from him and go tell anybody. Matter of fact, be like Paul Revere. Liberty Dog is coming. Liberty Dog is coming. Go tell the whole nation that. So let me just get back to the conference real quick. This is really more than a conference. It's more than an event. It's the launch pad for ideas, relationships, and leadership growth that will shape the Guard and the communities that we serve. Every day should be about the enlisted. Let me just tell you something that I was thinking about what to say to you. What would I want to see and hear if I'm sitting at those tables right now? Each of you has given so much of your life to this cause. We call the military the profession of arms, selfless service, service above self. Each of you give and devote so much to your respective states and communities, so that our families, our loved ones, all of us as Americans, those colors as red, white, and blue mean something to us. And they continue, and we continue to hold these truths to be self-evident. I don't care what anybody tells you. All men and women are created equal. All men and women are created equal. And we are endowed by our Creator by the unalienable rights of life, of liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So I pause here today at this great conference, and I challenge every one of you. When you leave here, when they say, what did you learn at the EANGUS conference? What did you learn in Reno? What did you gather when you were there? When you walk and go back home and tell the story, what are you going to say? That I rededicate myself to those who wear the uniform. That I'm proud to support those who came before us. That I stand on the shoulders of those who fought, bled, and died. That I'm more committed to this nation than I've ever been. That I'm driven to be the best version of myself. If you thought something was better before I got here, when I come back, let you know I'm fired up, hungry, driven, and passionate to be the best leader I can possibly be. I am hungry to make sure this nation has nothing to worry about, because we who wear the uniform of the National Guard are on the forefront and walking the point. That's what you go back and tell them. So when you think about those who came before us and paid the ultimate price, and when we take that oath to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and to defend the principles of our way of life, remember that all around this world and in our states, territories, and districts, there's a number of guardsmen defending those who would do us harm, protecting our communities, that are standing watch. And we stand watch to ensure that we never forget those who have served and who have continued to serve and those who will serve in the future. I say this all the time, and I say this with all of my heart. You cannot have this long-running democracy, the longest in the history of the world, without having a phenomenal military. There are those who would take us out if they could, but I just believe that they're afraid to, because they get a chance to look at what you do each and every day. We have to remind ourselves and rededicate ourselves that those who came before us are no longer here. Their service was not in vain. To ensure that this great experiment, the American experiment, by the people and for the people, shall not perish from this earth. So here's what I challenge you to do while you're here and when you leave. Remember this. Now, when I think about the ask, because I have some calls to action for you. First of all, remember what your organization does. First of all, they're advocacy in action. You're advocates. A lot of states can't do what EANGUS can do. They can't do that. And so you're advocates for this nation. On the issues we talk about, TRICARE or duty status reform or Space National Guard, your voice matters. And you have to make those things happen. And when I think about what's going on with the what's called the blended retirement system, your voice matters. When I think about champion junior enlisted leadership, about building tomorrow's leaders, your voice matters. When we talk about resolutions, from pay raises to bringing real change to making sure that we have equality in equipment, your voice matters. When I think about leadership through self-awareness, and and by the way, this is one of the coolest presidents. Is Robert Sweeney here anywhere? Is he here? He's not here? Oh, okay. But he's not here? Okay, all right, I don't talk about him. I had jokes. But no, like I said. But it's important that you understand your voice matters. But the biggest thing that's needed in today's world is leadership. We live in an era of great power competition, rapid technology changes, and a dramatically evolving Army and Air Force. The role of the enlisted leader has never been more critical. What do we need from our National Guard personnel now? That's what we should be asking. First of all, we should be saying, as we go and ask that question, is we are in an era of agility. The agility to adapt quickly. Remember this, change is inevitable, but growth is optional. If you're not willing to change, be better, be flexible. You can't do your best work. We need people who are critical thinkers, leaders at every level who can analyze, decide, and act without waiting for perfect institutions. We need people who have personal mastery, being technically and tactically proficient while continuously learning. If you are not continuously learning, you're becoming irrelevant. If you're not, I got an amen, so I got to say it again. It's just not enough. It was said by one time, the illiterate of the 21st century is not those who cannot read and write. It's those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. And if you're not relearning and getting better and growing, you become irrelevant. Sometimes we complain about people who pass us up because we have not stayed up or caught up. The next thing we got to have a strong mentorship. Where's my E5s and below? I got E5s below in here anywhere? All right, yeah. Don't you dare. Don't you, stand up real quick, just so everybody can look at you. That's your future right there. That's your future right there. So this is why I said to you, I didn't say sit down yet. Maybe I'm still serving. I challenge every one of you, before you leave here, to find at least one mentor, somebody older, wiser, smarter, braver, that has been through it. You will have missed it if you just come here and go through the classes without getting a mentor. That's your assignment. They help accelerate you. They push you forward. They get through the mistakes that you don't have to make. So get one mentor before you leave. Give it my hand again. And the last thing I'll say is this is moral courage. Oh, sit. Oh. I still got it. Okay, so when I talk about moral courage, and this is to me the biggest missing ingredient in the world today, is moral courage. Standing up for what's right, even when it's hard. Standing up for what's right, even when it's hard. So, what am I asking you to do? First of all, leave here with one actionable lesson that you can apply immediately. Something that makes you more effective and more efficient the moment you return home. They should be saying to you when you get back, what happened to you? I was at that conference. I learned some new skills. I got some new tools. My mindset is different. I have shifted my thinking. I have transformed how I look at myself. Who's the first person you must lead? Yourself. Don't worry about the person on the right and to the left. You want to be a better parent? Work on your leadership skills. You want to be a better leader? Work on your leadership skills. You want to be better at leading a platoon? Work on your leadership skills. You want to be better? You want to be better? You want to be better? Work on you. That's the biggest thing right there. Leave here with one actionable item. My time is running out. Number 2, forge one leadership connection that you will invest in, a peer, a mentor, who will challenge and grow you. Get somebody that will get around you and tell you, that baby's ugly. You got to step up. You got to do more. You are lacking. You should be further along right now. You haven't done enough. Push yourself. Is that all you got? You need somebody like that in your life. Number 3, step into the role of leader at all levels. I don't care if you're E2, E3, E4. Some of us officers need to be led. Some of the E9s need to be led. Some of the master sergeants need to be led. It's not about rank. It's about mindset. It's about what you bring to the table. It's about contribution. It's about value that you add. Think about this. When I become the president of the United States, and I'm thinking about it, we being videotaped. Okay. So, I would love if everybody in every position, in every role, every year, had an interview for their job. Yeah. And you have to ask yourself this question: would you hire you? And if you got to think about that, that's a clue. You have to step into the role of leader at all levels. Commit to being a voice, not just for yourself, but for those you represent. So your leadership reaches beyond your unit into the halls where decisions are made. I often get asked this question. I get asked this a lot. How did you go from airman first class to major general? I get asked that question probably more than any question when people talk about personal growth and development. And here's the first thing I tell people. You don't dream big enough. You don't expect more of yourself than other people do. Too many of us are just glad to be in the position. We're just happy that we attained the rank. We're just living through our careers. Your prayers shouldn't be just about being in the uniform. Pray to dream bigger. Push to be the best version of yourself. When I interviewed, when they called me in, and I had no clue what this job I'm in right now. When they called me in, and I said, why do you want to talk to me? And here's what they said. We want your leadership. We want your leadership. The military gives us so many transferable skills. But if I can go downrange and come back and not better for that, that's a miss. If I can fly and come back and not better for that, that's a miss. If I can operate a tank, if I can do cyber, if I can do comms, if I can do all those different, if I can do CAD, I can go on and on and on. If I can do that, and I'm not better for that with those transferable skills. Once you start getting to a position of responsibility and things aren't better because of you, things aren't improving because of you, things haven't went to the next level because of you, stop walking around stealing other people's air. Mediocre people are always at their best. You'll get that in a minute. So dream beyond what you can imagine. And if you set your mind and pay attention to it, you will attract it. So when I got asked that question, explain to me why some people grow, get better, promote, go to another level, do what other people haven't done, and some people don't. Reach ranks, reach levels, reach positions, stop learning. And I got asked, why is that? And despite being what I call GOODNUF, despite being good enough, why don't certain people get to a level? Because and all of us have seen people, we know they have potential. We know they have ability. We know there's something in them that they should be doing more. And when I was talking to somebody recently, and they were asking me about their career, and I said this to them. I said, you're better than this. Not what they were wearing, what they were doing. So let me tell you something that may help you, because somebody needs to hear this. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about. I don't know how much time I got, but I'm going to go over. So you wonder why the lion is the king of the jungle. Have you ever wondered that? Because they're not the biggest animal in the jungle. The elephant is bigger. They're not the fastest animal in the jungle. The cheetah is faster. The lion is not even the smartest animal in the jungle. So what makes the lion the king of the jungle? Mentality. It's their mentality. When people ask me how I went from here to here, it was my mentality. I didn't get caught up if somebody said, you ain't sharp, or you're not bright, or you're not tall enough, or you're the wrong gender, or you're the wrong. I didn't get caught up in that because of my mentality, because of what's in the inside, because of how I poured into myself, because I understood that they would not work me. And I just remember there were so many things I wanted to do in my career, and some people said, you don't have it inside of you. Your mentality is what gets you there. You see, once the lion has convinced himself that he's king of the jungle, others don't have that mentality on recognizing him as the king, because they will treat you how you show up. So if you are convinced who you are and why you are, I mean convinced, not guessing, knowing your purpose. Why am I on this earth? What was I put here to do? How can I make things better? How do I get to the next level? How do I make sure that I'm a value proposition? How do I make it so people, when they look at me, say, we can't afford not to have this person here? They should be crying right now that you're at this conference. They should be saying, we don't know what to do because they're gone right now. Or are they saying, good, I hope they learned something. So you have to ask yourself, it doesn't matter who you go up against, they cannot stop the mentality of you being the best version of yourself. Just like a lion. If you have that mentality, you cannot be denied. The lion can roar at an elephant, and the elephant will back off. It's mentality. The problem that so many of us operate on are what others say about us. Don't worry about what they say about the Enlisted Association of the National Guard. Show up and say, we're a force to be reckoned with. Don't worry about what they say about the leadership. Show up and let them know we have great work to do. Don't worry about them saying, why are they in Reno? Show up and tell them that you did some great things here, and when you walk here, you have a list of things that you're going to accomplish. When they say, why did we see you to the conference? Say, I'm glad you asked, because I am coming back fired up, hungry, driven, and ready to make a contribution like I never have before. Mentality is what gets you to the next level. And your mindset about who you should be. Some supervisor, some leader expects you to be less than you are. So what are you saying to yourself inside? This is who I am. You're going to have ups and downs. There's going to be good and bad. In every life, some rain will fall. The only loss that you should put you off of your game is when you lose yourself. Don't ever lose yourself. Don't ever give up on you. Don't ever stop being the best version of you. Don't ever tell yourself what you can't do. The definition of attitude is the mental conversations that I have with myself. I let myself know there is nothing. You have to be relentless in your pursuit. I have this, what I call my essential triangle for success in life. It's consistency, discipline, and focus. Show up every day. Be consistent. Let them know when I get you, I get something I've never had before. So keep that in mind. The mentality of the lion in the jungle, as long as you don't lose it. I remember seeing this, somebody was telling me a story one time, and they were talking about that this lion was raised among a bunch of sheep. And all of a sudden it came face to face with another lion. And the lion looked at it and roared. Ah! And what did the other lion that got raised by the sheep, what did it do? Bah! And that's how some people are. What did you get at the conference? Bah! What did you learn? Bah! Are you going to be any better? And I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So this lion looked at it like, why are you not being the best version of yourself? So he looked at it, he roared. And then what did the other lion do? You see, because some of you will, they'll ask you, what did you learn today? I just learned. Did you get anything out of the conference? But so the lion kept roaring at it. Step up to yourself. Be better. You're a lion. Roar. So he kind of taught him how to roar. Roar. Then the other lion looked at him like, roar. And he roared back, roar. And that's what some of y'all should do when you get out of here. Go back and roar. Let them know this conference was here to make a difference. Do not lose you. Do not lose you. Be the best version. Work hard. Leave nothing on the table. Do things that you don't want to do because you have to protect you. It is not worth it to anyone else to have to protect and take care of you by any means to protect who you are. Your body of work. Do not lose you. I say this in closing. You are the heartbeat of this nation's defense. Ordinary Americans doing extraordinary things. You know it's about the 1%. You carry the grit, the fight, the grace to serve. I begin where many of you are today. And my message is very clear. Your rank does not define your leadership, your mindset, your actions, your commitment, your dedication, your drive does. The greatest power you have as an enlisted leader is not in the stripes you wear, but in the lives you shape, the examples you set, and the legacy you leave. So when you leave this conference, be ready to act, be ready to lead, be ready to make sure that wherever the guard is, at home or abroad, it is known that exceptional leaders are at every level. What we do here does not end when the conference ends. It lives on in every mission that we execute, every community that we protect, and every life that we touch. You, if somebody, I said this to somebody one time. They said, how would you describe the National Guard? I said this, they are the answers to our nation's prayers. That's who we are. We're the answers to our nation's prayers. And never forget who you are. When you look at yourself in the mirror, remind yourself, there'll never be another me. I'm an original. I'm somebody nobody's seen before. You can't touch this. I was born to do great things. I have something inside of me nobody else does. I'm here to unleash. I'm here to make a difference. I'm here to let the world know that the National Guard, who I am as a leader, what I stand for, what I represent, this great nation, the oath I took, the uniform I wear, the flag on the side of me, it all means something. And you have to know everything that's going on right now, that you are forced to be reckoned with, and we're only as good as you. And don't let anybody tell you anything different. And when you go back, be the best version of yourself that you've ever been. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for how you show up. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for wearing the uniform. Thank you for your gratitude. Thank you for this great nation. Thank you, everybody.